Hello, it's good to be with you again, and trust that God will bless you with the message that I've got to bring to you today. When I was thinking about what to bring, the number 40 has been on my mind quite a bit over the last few weeks. And as many of you will know, on August of this year, it was our 40th wedding anniversary. I'm really thankful that God has brought us through 40 years together, through good times, bad times, happy times and sad times. And for a while before our 40th anniversary, we've been planning a trip, something special to do. And Alaska was on my bucket list, and I really wanted to go and to do that. And the only way to see Alaska properly was to have a cruise. Now, I'm not a lover of boats or cruises, but my desire to see Alaska was greater than my fear of boats and cruises. So in early 2019, we went to go and see about planning a trip to Alaska in 2020. And when we went to see Sue, our travel agent, she said, well, you can go this year if you like, 2019. We've got some special deals and you can have this discount and that discount. And Howard decided that, and I talked it over and thought that, oh, okay, well, 39 years, okay, we'll do that rather than waiting to 40. It seems such a good deal to not to miss. But the real thing was, God knew that if we had waited for 2020, COVID was coming and we wouldn't be able to go. So I was very thankful that we had an amazing holiday with mountains, and we saw eagles, we went whale watching, we canoe riding, rowing across a beautiful lake, and it was breathtaking and a really perfect holiday. And I'm really thankful that we managed to get that in before COVID came. And as I was thinking about 40 years, it seemed to be the thing to share with you today about 40. There's lots of facts about 40 in the Bible. 40 is mentioned 146 times. It often signifies trials and testings in a period before results come. We've got examples of 40 days in the wilderness with Jesus went after his baptism. There's 40 days and 40 nights that it rained when Noah went into the ark. There's 40 years in the desert that the Jewish people roamed around. So there's lots of incidences of 40. Also looked at a few daft factoids about 40. Apparently the bubonic plague, ships were kept for 40 days before people were allowed off, trying to quarantine people. There were 40 spaces on a Monopoly board. Might be significant to you. Although my brother always cheated at Monopoly. The average pregnancy apparently lasts 40 weeks. And chemists tried 40 times to develop a magical spray known as WD-40, which is Water Displacement 40th Formula in its full title. Well, there's just a few things about 40. So let's have a look at just 2 or 3 of them today. When we were on holiday in 2018, we went to a lovely church in Oxnard, and the guy there preached about day 41. After a period of 40, day 41 comes. And that message was a real blessing to us. We were going through quite a difficult time, some family things going on, and that message of that, hold on, day 41's coming, was really meant especially just for us. So let's look at some 40s in the Bible. Let's look at Noah first of all. We've all heard the story as children, and I must have told it many, many times in Sunday school, that the rain came down for 40 days and 40 nights. But let's just think about that picture at the moment of Noah in the ark. It must have been a real time of testing. There was destruction going on outside. But the noise inside the ark must have been bad enough. And the smell? I mean, we think having to stay at home because of COVID's bad enough, but poor Noah had it a lot worse in that ark. But the noise outside as well. It says the fountains of the great deep opened up. There must have been huge structural damage. And the noise of the rain. It must have been quite scary for them in that ark. We know they stayed in the ark for a lot longer than 40 days. But we do know that when day 41 came, the rain stopped. And the fountains of the great deep stopped too. And just reminds me that if you're going through a rough time, if things are bad, day 41 is coming. This will pass. I want us to think about the next one is Jesus' temptation. And this was after his baptism. He went off into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. And we know towards the end of that time, the devil tempted him. But he didn't succumb to the temptations of the devil. But that was, I think, a preparation time, because Jesus knew that he was about to start his ministry, and the next few years would be very difficult things that were going to come to him, and he was going to die on the cross. But those 40 days were a time of preparing, time of preparation. Is your 40 days a time of preparation with God? What is God wanting you to do? What is he preparing you for? I want you to ask yourself and to ask God, what particular ministry does he want you to do? Is he preparing you for a particular job, a particular blessing time that's coming? Is he preparing you for a difficult time? Are you in that time of preparation when God is preparing to use you in a particular way? That's something that we can all think about, because day 41 is coming. Be prepared. The other one I want to look at is Moses. Now, Moses, we know that the people roamed around for 40 years in the wilderness, but I don't want to take that particular 40. The 40 I want to look at is in Exodus 24, verse 18, where it says he went up into the mountain where God was for 40 days. Doesn't tell us exactly what went on up there. But I would think that would be a be still time for Moses, a calm, quiet time, a time in God's presence, a time to listen, a time to learn. It must have been absolutely amazing to have been in God's presence that time. Now, he may not have wanted day 41 to come when he had to go back down and face all the things he had to face. But day 41 was coming. He had to hold on and enjoy the ride. So we've got 3 day 41s there. And it may be a period not literally of 40 days. But if you're going through a rough time, it will pass. Day 41 is coming. God is in control and he is faithful. Or is your 40 days a day of preparing? Day 41 is coming. Are you prepared for the particular role, job, ministry that God wants you to do? Sometimes there may be one significant thing that God wants you to do in your life that's going to have a major impact on others. Find out what that is. What is God wanting you to do? Day 41 is coming. Be prepared. And the last day, 41, you may be going through a quiet time of contemplation, a still time. Perhaps nothing much is happening, but perhaps God is preparing you for something big, something bigger, maybe something tough. Day 41's coming. Hold on And if that is a tough thing that God is preparing you for, then we go back to the first day, 41, where it says, it will pass. God is in control. So that's all I really wanted to share with you today. And I hope that God will bless you and you will start to think on him, whether you're going through a good time or a bad time, that you will find the time you're in will be a blessing to you in one way or another. Have a lovely week. God bless.